Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. The Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, we are holding our annual spaghetti dinner tomorrow night. That's Thursday, April 13th, and it's going to be at the Oak Grove Senior Center from 5 to 7. And this spaghetti dinner is for us to raise money to be able to sell those low-cost vouchers, the spay and neuter vouchers that we just sold 2 weekends ago. So we're doing it a little backwards, but we did that so we could hold it during the Marble Festival. So there's our flyer right there. It's $12 per plate, and you get a plate of spaghetti, you get a salad, you get bread, dessert, beverage. So come on out to the Oak Grove Senior Center. You can order your plates early. So you can message Feral Dogs of Avondale on Facebook. You can email us at theferaldogsofavondalemil@gmail.com. Or if you know any of the members of Feral Dogs or the board members, then just let us know and we'll make sure that you have a plate ready for you. And we decided to do it during the Marble Festival this year so that we could have all of the sculptors come. So you can also meet the sculptors. And we have our visiting Italian sculptor. We have 35 sculptors from across the U.S. So come on out and have some spaghetti, meet all of the sculptors, and help support the Spay and Neuter campaign here in Sylacauga. Now, my two guests I have today are making those two worlds collide because they've volunteered for Feral Dogs and they're also working at the Marble Festival. So I have Patty and Lou Peters. Thank you guys for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So before we get started, tell everybody a little bit about yourselves.
Well, we retired 4 years ago and sold our home in Washington where we met Tara and Jonathan. We went on the road in an RV and went looking for a new home. Tara and Jonathan recommended here. We came, fell in love with the area. And so my husband and I bought a house here just last November.
So it's nice to have you as new residents, and you're jumping right in and supporting the community, and you're a good part of the community already. Now, speaking of traveling in your RV, you traveled quite a bit, and you've got two dogs.
Yes.
So tell us what that's like traveling with two dogs in an RV. And
Got to learn to step high wherever you go.
I bet.
Yeah, we try to keep them as comfortable because it's kind of unsettling for them to be all of a sudden packed up and moved over. So we baby them, we accommodate them, but like my husband said, we learn to step over. RVs are not very big.
Absolutely. And you've got two big dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they seem like they're happy to be here, and you've got land now, and they're just
They love to
loving
travel
life.
now.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, they're good travelers. You know, once you get, it doesn't matter what campground we ended up at, they were happy to be there.
I bet.
We're happy to get out of the truck.
That's the life, to be able to run around and be out of the truck for sure. Now, you've been out to help us walk dogs at the shelter. We've got some pictures that'll be up in a moment of some of those times if you've been out there. Tell a little bit about your experience doing that.
It was really fun. I mean, we enjoyed the dogs. They were so sweet, and they really wanted to walk. One of them wanted to basically love on me, so
I think we have a picture of that with you
Yeah.
sitting down and
sitting on the ground.
a dog like almost sitting on you.
Yes.
And a child. And that's one thing that you know, we walk dogs every Saturday at 11 o'clock, and we've had a lot of the community come out. But that's one thing that I want people to know is that the dogs that we're walking are really sweet. I mean, you can see that from these pictures, they just want love. There's the dog that wanted to just...
That wanted loving.
And, you know, as you can see in this picture, you know, children come out, families come out, and we just have a great time walking the dogs. Now, Lou, there you're with Kit.
Yeah.
Kit is still available at the shelter, and we desperately need and want to find her a home. So she is a very, very sweet dog, and she is now one of the longest running residents at the shelter. She's been in and out of foster some, so she's a very good dog, and she's had some training with the foster and the border trainer Meredith Dempsey, and she's just a great dog that we are puzzled as to why we can't find her a home. But I don't know if you remember her, but she's usually
I
a
do,
delight to
yeah.
walk.
Oh,
Yeah,
she was.
she is just a pleasure. She wanted to go. She'd seen enough of the inside of the kennel for a while.
Absolutely.
That she was easy to walk and easy to have around. She'd just come over and lay her head on my leg and want a little scratch. She just really needed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they all are so appreciative
Yeah.
when
Oh, yeah.
volunteers like you show up to take them out. Some pull more than others, but
Yeah.
they're just excited to be outside, and we have
Yeah.
such a great area there where they can walk and
Yeah.
explore.
Yeah, there's a lot of room. And they need it.
They do, yeah. So definitely come out and join us on Saturdays from 11 to 1 at the shelter, so we can get these beautiful dogs out for walks and really socialize them, get more information about them, so we can have more information for potential adopters and for rescues, and just have a good time. It's always a good time out there. Now, moving on to Marble Festival. Marble Festival started yesterday, so it's from the 11th through the 22nd. Now, Lou has actually sculpted, this is your third year
Yes.
sculpting? So Lou's been here sculpting for 3 years now, and he's made some beautiful sculptures, even though you're new to sculpting.
Yes.
So, so tell us your experience sculpting at the festival.
I was amazed actually by the people, the artists, because I never been around this sort of a situation before. It was a totally different world than I expected. Everybody is so helpful, and I needed the help.
Yeah. And I think we have a unique situation because we have such a wonderful group of sculptors. A lot of them have been coming to Sylacauga for 15 years now, and everybody works together so well and welcomes new people. You don't have to be a master sculptor to come to the festival.
Yeah.
You just have to sign up and come and sculpt and enjoy it, and you get a lot of tips from other sculptors for sure.
Yes. Yeah. And my biggest, I guess when I start, I just want to make sure that I don't make the rock ugly.
You got to find the pretty thing in the rock
Yeah.
and sculpt it. Now, you've sculpted a beautiful anvil. You've done a bear. What other things have you sculpted in Sylacauga marble?
I've been doing quite a few shells lately.
Okay.
And this year I'm working on a nautilus shell.
Okay.
And birds, I've done a couple bears. I worked on a dog, but I haven't got him very far along yet.
And that bear you did was beautiful.
Yeah,
That's,
thank you.
Well, how hard is it to sculpt an animal? I would think that'd be pretty tough.
For me, it was symmetry was the hard part.
Okay.
Yeah, I could get like my eyes not where they're supposed to be necessarily. They're a little off. But I
Well,
try
we're
to
all a
make.
little off in some ways, so I'm sure the bear was fine.
Just trying to keep it symmetrical.
Yeah.
You know, that's the big thing.
Well, it sure was a beautiful sculpture when I saw it. So
Yeah.
where is that bear now?
It's at the house
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. At your new home here in Sylacauga.
It's going to be sitting out by the front door.
Now this year, Patty, you are volunteering at the site. So yesterday, everything just started with a bang. We have most of the sculptors there, from what I could see.
And we
So
had a good crowd show up in the morning.
That's
and
great.
then,
We
you
got
know,
a picture of you with all of our wonderful volunteers there. We got Dr. Curry and Robert Campbell and of course Randy Clark, and and there you are right in the middle. So and we had a good crew coming through. A lot of local people coming
and
by.
yes, a lot. And I was really happy. We're getting a lot of people from Pell City,
Okay.
which we hadn't been getting. And so I had taken a bunch of flyers that direction. And so we have a lot of people coming down.
That's great, and we've had such good support from the local community, from restaurants. We have gift certificates we're giving out to all of the sculptors, and they get to go through downtown and eat at all the restaurants there. And we've got all the information about those restaurants at the site. So it's really a good community event to pull everybody together in the area, and especially downtown.
Yeah.
And so we got some beautiful weather coming up, so that'll be great, so that we can have a wonderful festival.
And I've been advising the people or telling them that come now and then come in a week. See what it started looking like. It looks like a rock. Come in a week and see what it's become.
And that is amazing when you see these chunks of rock that all the sculptors start with, and then all of a sudden things start forming, and by the time most of them, some people work on their sculptures all year, but then by the time they come back the next year, it's done. But some people, within that 10 days, 2 weeks that they're here, you can really see a finished sculpture.
Right.
And it's beautiful. It's just something that I wish I had that eye to see a big chunk of rock and find a bear in it or whatever, a shell. That's so wonderful to watch, and that marble is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And our visiting Italian this time, Marco Augusto Duenas, he is having a wonderful time, and he jumped right in, and again, like Lou was saying, all the sculptors hopped in and helped him, and he's going to practically be a Sylacauga resident before he goes, I'm sure. Now, you've had family visiting. Have they enjoyed seeing the area and the sculptures?
They were quite impressed at how beautiful it is here. And I told them, I said, well, you can move here with us. They live in Kodiak, Alaska, so they were quite happy to be here. And our daughter is an artist, so she really wants to start working with marble.
Oh, great! So she can be one of the sculptors next year.
Yeah,
That's
got her
what we're
started.
hoping for.
That's very good, because it's the more people that we get there, the more amazed I am at the artistic ability that people have and what they can do with all that marble. So, but we appreciate both of you and appreciate that you're jumping right into the community, like I said, and we can now consider you. We've adopted you. You're just plain old Sylacaugans now.
That's right.
So definitely come on down to the Marble Festival. We're there the 11th through the 22nd, and also come down on the 13th, or come to Oak Grove Senior Center tomorrow. We got our spay and neuter voucher sale fundraiser. So get a great plate of spaghetti and sit down with the sculptors, and you can talk to them personally about the different things that they are sculpting at the site this year. And we had one dog we were going to talk about. This is Rhonda. She is what I was putting as our available pet of the week. And Patty and Lou met her, and we all agree that she is a very sweet dog.
Very sweet.
She has an injured paw it's healed now, but she was at the shelter and she injured the bottom of her paw, and we had to get her out of the shelter, and she went to the vet. They treated it. She's all healed. She was with foster for, I believe, a couple of months. So she did great with the foster, but unfortunately she has had to go back to the shelter. She couldn't stay with the foster forever. We had Meredith Dempsey For the Love of Dog that took her, and we need to get Rhonda out of the shelter. That she has a paw. You can see that little paw on the right side is a little bigger, and she'll always have a bigger paw on that side, and she can run and she can jump, and she's just a wonderful dog, but she will also always have a little bit of a limp, but she needs a home. So we need to work really hard to find somebody that can take in this beautiful dog so we can get her out of the shelter and keep that paw where she doesn't re-injure it on the fencing in her shelter. So if you're interested in Rhonda, go by the shelter, especially come by on a Saturday when some of the volunteers can help you, and you can take her for a walk and meet her, and she is just the most delightful dog. So Rhonda needs a home. Let's see what we can do to find her one. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us for Pet Connect, and we'll have more Daybreak after these messages.